this morning, and it's staying a little colder than what we're expecting, and that's allowed for these flash freeze type conditions. We have our trackers out on the roadways this morning. They've been out here since the start of the show, and boy, it's been a mess ever since. Me and Lacey both coming in had our problems, as well did Robin and Lacey as well. So we're watching the roadways here this morning. Here's an update for you. There's a live shot from Val Castor. Val, let's get an update. You're on that accident there in I-40. Let's get an update from you.
Yeah, so Jed, where this is I-44 northbound, right near the fairgrounds, just north of I-40. And there's a bridge right there, and that accident looks like it happened coming off of that bridge. When I zoomed up a while ago, I could see a vehicle in behind those ambulances, and it does look like there's two ambulances right there. But there's a vehicle probably against the guardrail that looks like it's been in a wreck. Also, several other vehicles that have been littered the side, both left and right, that have obviously slidden off that bridge. So, as already been said before, you just have to assume that every bridge is slick when you go over it. Don't accelerate, don't hit your brakes, don't change lanes. Just try to go over those bridges nice and steady, and for goodness sakes, just slow down. We want you guys to arrive safely today. Back to you.
Val near I-40, I-44. That's a big accident there. Multiple crews on that. Brandon, you've been out since 4 o'clock this morning, so you have kind of a pulse on how this event is going on. At one point, you were saying there were accidents on every bridge between like I-40 and I-240 there on I-35. How would you compare those conditions here about an hour ago to where we're at right now?
You know, Jed, I think I was just noticing something. I think we're on the upward trend of improvement. Because one thing I've noticed here in probably the last 15 minutes as more traffic is starting to get out on the roads is a lot more spray when you come across bridges, which tells me that, you know, the friction from the tires and just the constant travel is starting to break a little bit of that ice up and turn it back into water to where the roads are damp. But I will say I just came across the Oklahoma River on I-44 southbound, just south of where Val is on that wreck. And there were still 2 or 3 different spots on that bridge that were super slick. So not all of the ice has melted off of the bridges and overpasses by any stretch, but I do think over the next hour, especially 2 hours as the sun comes up, we're going to be on the homeward stretch. Back to you.
Great job, Brandon Pennell. He's been on the road since 4 o'clock this morning. It's been a nightmare out there. Let's check out the black ice warning that continues here this morning. Getting improvements, but we're not there yet. Black ice continues on bridges, elevated surfaces here this morning. That might even be if you live in an apartment complex. Your bridge, your stairway may be a bit icy there. We're going to keep our sky cams up and also our trackers up to keep you up to date on the numerous accidents going on. What we know right now, snow melt and the sub 32-degree temperatures have created this icy condition we have on the roads and bridges and overpasses. Again, numerous accidents, 2-minute count. Lacey and Robin saying hundreds of accidents. Storm reporting that as well. And then when do we expect improvement? I really think after 8 o'clock, that's when most of our improvement will be. Now, we do have sand and salt starting to get put down on the roadways. They're starting to get it treated by ODOT, but they haven't completed all of those yet, so they're still very icy on many of those bridges and overpasses. So you don't know if they've been treated or not. Just take it very slow as the icy conditions continue, as black ice is the story now over much of the metro. And this will continue through 8 o'clock this morning and expands now further to the east, where temperatures now have dropped just below 32, further to the east over towards Stroud, down to Ada. There's also some fog forming up as well, and that's all due to the rain from yesterday and also areas of snow that continues starting out this morning up to about 2 inches, 2.5 inches just to the west of Oklahoma City. The metro area again had about 1/2 inch of snowfall. So fog continues this morning as well. Thick fog down in the south with temperatures down below freezing. We also have freezing fog complicating that issue as well. I-35 heading southbound down through the Arbuckles. Do so with extreme care. When we need improvement, here's Lacey now with the forecast.
Yeah, we've got another round of snow possible coming up, and that's what we're focusing on for later. But right now, we're in the thick of it. So we've got our crews out across the state, across the metro. Jim Gardner is in the air this morning. And Jim, you're seeing the same scene, but man, from your view and your perspective, give folks an update this morning on their morning drive. It is such a mess. Go ahead, Jim.
Boy, that's right, Lacey. You're looking at Broadway Extension at Wilcher. This is a multi-car accident. I believe it was an injury accident. We just saw IMSA leave moments ago, but cars are scattered everywhere. And Lacey, the biggest problem with this thing is that driving in, there's water on the road, so it's not too slick, then all of a sudden you hit a slick spot. You definitely cross a bridge. It is definitely slick. And people's confidence, like I said before, it gets up as you're driving along. You're kind of going through water. Then all of a sudden you hit a slick spot, and this happens right here. Now, traffic is moving 2 lanes open still southbound on Broadway Extension at Wilshire, but you can just see the cars scattered everywhere there on Broadway Extension as the police and officers try to get this cleared up. But this is going to be the way it is throughout the morning. This is one accident we got, Lacey. We'll update you on another one. Jim Gardner reporting live for Bob Mills, Scott News 9. Back to you.
Oh, great update there, Jim. I mean, that tells you right there. I mean, our trackers are showing these close-up shots, but when you can see the broad view from Jim Gardner in the air, are you kidding me? I mean, the traffic backups are just absolutely insane this morning. So if you can avoid getting out for at least the next hour, do so. We will see a lot of improvement in the next hour, and we will get melting on these bridges. But that black ice right now is just wreaking havoc all across the metro, and we're in the thick of rush hour now, and traffic picks up in intensity over the next hour. Please, please be careful. Look at these accidents. These have been high rate of speed accidents. Let me show you the temperature right now. What happened overnight? We had the snow on the ground, and then it melted. Air temperature after that dropped to 28 degrees this morning at Will Rogers, 28 El Reno, 25 Fort Cobb, 30 in Chickasha. That was the low. We've actually warmed a couple of degrees, but we are still sitting below freezing in Guthrie, in Oklahoma City, in El Reno, in Minco, in Chickasha, Purcell, Byers, and down into southern Oklahoma as well, still in the 20s. And guys, where you had the snow, you will have black ice this morning on bridges. And we have additional problems with the fog, as Jed mentioned. Now watch the temperature. Sunrise this morning is at 7:23. It all gets better at 7:23, okay? It'll happen quickly. 36 degrees by 9, 40s this afternoon, but right now we are in the thick of it, and that's why we're showing you those shots on the side of your screen. Afternoon temp in the 40s and 50s. This first storm has moved out. There's no precip falling, but another one, guys, right on its heels coming down out of Colorado. And what that will do for us is start off with some showers late this evening. Here's 9, 10 o'clock. That will transition over again to some snow. It'll lay down that moisture on the roadways, and once again, we will drop down into the 20s, and we may have a similar scene tomorrow. You've got to stay tuned. Temperatures being impacted by the snow as it falls. Tonight, it's a 100% chance, and it'll start off in the west this evening. As far as when it ends before sunrise, but I think the damage will be done. It's not going to be a lot. Again, a dusting to maybe up to an inch across the region tonight, but temperatures fall down into the 20s, and we could see additional black ice tomorrow. So you've got to stay tuned in. Then we're back to the 40s on Friday. Sunshine for your weekend with more rain next week. We're not going anywhere. We'll have much more coverage of your morning drive coming up right after this.